Hello world, this is Philip Broadus, fully Matic full, and I'm coming at you with my first NBA video. For this first video, I want to talk about the 4 50-point games that we've had in the NBA so far. The first person to have a 50-point game was Blake Griffin of the Detroit Pistons. The next person to do it was Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. The third person to do it was Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors. Again, they're just amazing. The fourth person was Derrick Rose of the Minnesota Timberwolves, taking it back to 2011 and showing you that he still has it in the tank. Now I want to start off with Blake Griffin. Blake had 50 points. He was 20 for 35, and that's 57%. If you saw the game, Blake made 5 threes in the game. And so I just want to step back and talk about when he first came in the league. If you've been watching, Blake didn't have a jump shot, and he hit 5 threes. That's a lot for someone who came into the league without a jump shot. He could dribble, he could dunk on people's heads, but now that he has added that component to his game, he's really going to start being a problem. I mean, he was already a problem, but he's going to take his game and take the Detroit Pistons to the next level. Also in the game, he was showing that he could be a closer. He had to actually get the game into overtime. He had a turnaround J on Joel Embiid, which is one of the biggest biggest names in the league right now. And then to win the game, he had another turnaround J or layup, if you want to call it, with the foul. And when he went to the line and he made his foul shot. LeBron James, make your foul shots. That's how you win games. Make foul shots. And so just watch out for the Detroit Pistons and Blake Griffin. They're going to be coming at you with some stuff. Right now, Blake seems like he's, really excelling and trying to continue to improve and be one of the best players in the league. The next person really don't have to talk about too much about his play because we all know him, and that's Steph Curry. Now, Steph, he scored 51 points. He was 15 for 24, which is 62%, which is amazing. That is video game numbers, and he was really throwing up video game threes. He hit 11 threes, and he had at least 6 or 7 of those threes were limitless range threes. Now, if you play 2K, you know what I'm talking about with the limitless range. They literally, that is Steph Curry. When you go in a game and you got the pure sharpshooter and he has his animations, that's Steph right there. He was throwing them up from the parking lot, 2 feet away from the center circle, everything like that. And it's just amazing to see because their team is built to perfection. Right now, if you score a 2 and they score a 3, guess what? They're going to win the game. And not only do they have Steph, they also have Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Klay is the next person I'm going to talk about. But if you look at, Steph and his production, this really isn't new for Steph to be a 3-point shooter. If you look at him back at Davidson, he did carry that team with threes, and he was still playing, similar to the way he's playing today. He's just continue to improve that 3-point shot, continue to improve his play, his movement, everything. And so, speaking of movement, let's go to Klay Thompson. Now, we know that Klay can score points. He's put up, 50 and a quarter or whatnot. And so, Klay scored 52 points. Plus, he had 14 threes. He was shooting at an 18 for a 29 clip, which is 62.1%. But he beat his teammates' record of 11 threes in a game to set a new NBA record of 14 threes in a game. 14 threes. Like, how do you do that? And then you have another player that can basically match you, and y'all can go back and forth with threes. That shouldn't be allowed. Plus, they got KD. I'm gonna do a video on KD and how I feel about his move, but it is amazing to see them play. If you're a basketball fan and you like basketball, you cannot hate on them boys because they're amazing. And the way they shoot threes, Klay had one that he took down. He had a couple dribbles. He actually took a full court, came up, hit a 3. But other than that, he barely dribbled the ball, which is amazing catch and shoot, just mastery. But that's enough about the Warriors. I really don't like to talk about them because, as I said in my intro clip, LeBron James is my favorite player, and the Warriors have completely destroyed LeBron for the last couple years. He got the one championship, which is great, but that sweep that hurt. I was like, that hit home a little bit. So the last person I want to talk about is the beloved D Rose. D Rose has been working his ass off to get back into shape where he can be that explosive player that he was in his MVP years and when he was back in Chicago. Right now, last year when he was on the Cavs, it wasn't really working, but you could see, certain minutes, you could see the old D Rose, but now that he can put full games together, it's going to be a problem. D Rose shot 4 threes, and as we're sitting right now, it is November 8th. If you watched the game yesterday at November 7th, you will see that D Rose now, he hit a record-setting amount of threes in the game against the Lakers yesterday, and so he's just continuing to master his craft, get back to his old ways. Like he was saying in some of his interviews, he just had to find his right movements, how to control himself off the crossover, how to control himself with the pull-up, how to pull up, everything like that. He basically had to relearn the game, and now he's scoring 50 points. He's getting career highs in threes. He's scoring 30 points regularly, and so it's amazing to see. It's great to see, and I think it's great for the game of basketball. And I just hope that all of these guys can continue to give us great moments and just continue to ball out. It's great to see. I like to talk about it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that bell, subscribe. Please look in the description for my nonprofit, Silent Praise Foundation. Silent Praise wants to raise money for ovarian cancer research, childhood cancer research, and STEM programming. STEM programming is also going to incorporate STEAM programming, which incorporates art and science, technology, engineering, and math. Trying to have a totally crowd-funded, people-funded, no private or public, entities, banks or anything like that. I want it to be funded by the people. So please donate. Check it out. We have a Facebook link. I have a link to my Twitter and my Instagram below. Thank you, and wait for the next video.